Well, we all know what's happening with the BBC. Over the last few days, it's wall to wall all over the place. Wherever you look on social media, it's being spoken about. Now, on the face of it, your initial reaction would be, again, another one? How many more is there? But I'll tell you one thing for certain, it's going to get very messy. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing all right. I'm not too bad. Let me know that you're well in the comments, and that'd be great to hear from you. Well, this whole thing with the BBC is a complete and utter sham. It's a complete and utter mess. Now, as I said in the introduction to this video, on the face of it, you think, not again. You know, how many more are going to come out the woodwork? And you've got that damn statue on the front of their building there as well that's been spoken about many times in the past. And you sit down and think, there's millions of people in this country that pay something to keep the BBC running every year. I, of course, refer to the TV licence. And you have to think, well, why am I doing that if it's funding all this nonsense? I believe that the BBC have probably handled this whole thing very appallingly. I believe that they've not handled it in the best way they possibly could. I do believe that this individual involved in these accusations, and it's going to get more complicated by the looks of it, should be identified. And I say that very thing for a very good reason. I want to draw your attention to a tweet that was posted yesterday by none other than Piers Morgan. It's outrageous that so many completely innocent BBC presenters like Nicky Campbell, Jeremy Vine, Rylan, etc. are all being shockingly defamed with such impunity by idiots on here. They should sue them all. Now, unfortunately, and I made a comment to this effect, us humans, we're curious animals, purely by our nature, and what we do is speculate. And there's an awful lot of people on social media that hide behind fake names, fake accounts and all the rest, who think they can sit there and say what they like about, you know, whatever they like, and think that they'll get away with it. So then you get accusations being levied against anyone that's male that works for the BBC. And it's all because the BBC haven't identified who it is. Now, that in itself is getting very farcical because it's everywhere. You've only got to follow the trail, and it doesn't take you very long to work out who it most likely is, which of course I'm not going to say on this video or anywhere near my channel. Go and look and see for yourself. What it stinks to me of, though, it's the usual media thing, isn't it? They get something like that and they run it everywhere. And that's all we get to know about here, there and everywhere. So it begs the question, again, what's going on behind the scenes that we don't get to know about? What more is there to this that we should know and we don't? I mean, if we look away from the BBC, I would suggest you Google a certain former Prime Minister of this country, you know, the one with messy blonde hair and certain WhatsApp messages and all that sort of thing. That didn't really feature prominently in the news because this is all plastered all over it. The concern I have is where people have been wildly speculating about stuff. You know, oh, it's him, he did it, Is that going to cause problems for the rest of us? Is there going to be some kind of excuse or some kind of rush to a world where we can't sit here and give an opinion anymore because it might offend somebody? Is there going to be some kind of new rule or some protection in place to clamp down on dissenting opinions? Is this where all this is heading? I won't comment on, you know, the identity or anything else because it's too bloody dangerous to go anywhere near it. But I just wanted to cast the net a little bit wider and have a look at that situation. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be very interested to see, and perhaps we can have a read about this at some point in the next couple of days when we know more. Anyway, I'm off. Thank you very much for the support for the channel. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be along shortly with one more. Toodaloo.